Hi there. I hope everybody's doing well. We're going to tap in. Okay. We're going to connect. We're going to ask the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy for divine guidance with messages for our highest and greatest good. Okay. We're divinely protected. All right. We call on the symbol of Archangel Michael. All right. Let's see what the message is. Four of Wands. The Moon. Let's see, what is, ooh, goodness gracious, hot tamale. Hot tamale. Wow, I feel like there is like something major playing out here. And then it actually could be like a hidden energy. It could be somebody wanting to kind of like race towards you, hop in their car, like figure out where you're at and like come up with a plan. This could be you coming up with a plan. The Moon. I feel like this could be hidden, unseen. It could be secret. It could be like you both like there's this like connection. See the two different wolves, right? It's the duality of things, white and dark. And you know, under the moon, like things become illuminated too. There's fear, anxiety as well. I feel like this is also like intuition and psychic connection and being able to kind of like see through the veil and the illusions here, or there could be illusions, or someone's kind of like hiding in the background. Who's hiding in the background? They could be a Leo. They don't have to be though. I feel like they could be at a distance. I feel like they've mastered something here. I feel like they've accomplished something when it comes to like maybe they're living in their purpose. I feel like they've had a lot of accomplishments in life, and I feel like now they're really, you know, focused on their purpose here. So this could be you. You could be someone who's like really focused on your purpose, you know, really dialed in, tapped in. Ace of Cups. I mean, this is someone who's very like spiritually nourished and connected, and it like overflows. Like there's enough for everybody here. I feel like this is somebody who holds space for others. I feel like this is someone who's like empathic and very compassionate. And there's, you know, a need to maintain this even. Like, even the fountain kind of needs to be overseen, right? So there's a bit of needing to, like, tend to your own garden and tend to your own feelings and emotions and having some peace when it comes to that. You might not even know this person. I feel like your back is to this energy, like... Or maybe they see you in this energy, or maybe this is like a blessing. I feel like this could be a blessing. Okay, so World card. Yeah, I feel like, you know, whatever hard work you've been doing behind the scenes, I feel like it's starting to show. Like the inside's matching the outside. What's this? I feel like there was another section in here that wanted to kind of peek out. All right, so let's get more info on this. The Emperor and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, what is this trying to tell us? Let's see. Let's ask some questions here. All right, is this like, I feel like these ships are moving in a different direction. So is the bike. They're all kind of in alignment. And I feel like there may be like, you know, something coming towards you, or there's needing for a redirection maybe, or a decision and direction to go. And then there's an Emperor here. So this could be an energy that, you know, this is heavy Aries. This is, again, more fire sign energy. This is like father, leadership energy. This could be someone who has some sort of like authority or position of maybe a high ranking or stature, or maybe they're like a CEO. Or I feel like this is like leadership energy. So you actually could be called in to take like a leadership role, either in your life, at work, in your career, as it relates to your purpose and what you're here to create. So this could be like, I'm picking up on divine masculine energy here, or you're in your masculine energy. Okay, I'm getting like I'm picking up masculine energy, divine masculine. Okay, so we'll see what else we get here. Huh. What else do you want to tell us about this? I feel like this Emperor, like, is somebody that kind of will sit back and kind of like observe things and then take action. I feel like they align themselves too with people who are also very actionable, motivated, inspired. I'm getting like someone who has like a lot of charisma. Maybe this is you. You're the one with the charisma. Let's see. What's Two of Pentacles and the Emperor? What is this? The Nine of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of like thoughts going on. Like maybe there's a lot of worrying going on. Maybe there's a lot of things to consider. And there's a need to take whatever this is seriously, or somebody's taking something very seriously. Okay? Like a lot of introspection here, like almost like their past may haunt them. Okay? So they may be having to process a lot. They may be in the process of like moving towards something new, like going in a new direction, embarking on something new. So they could be very nervous and anxious about the direction that they're taking. They may need some sort of advice from you. Two of Wands. What is this? I feel like somebody might want to like approach you in some way. Yeah, because you're showing up as the High Priestess. No shit. Okay. I feel like the Nine of Swords, there's either a lot of conflicts, maybe somebody needs help dealing with a lot of things going on, maybe. Then I have an Ace of Wands. Yeah, so this is like a creative endeavor, or there's some sort of like talent. There's some sort of talent that you share or have, or that you embody, or there's something that you're meant to create together. This is like a bit of like, you know, reaching a pivotal moment, right? In order to kind of like be able to create something that is from like the soul, the spirit. Like it's like a beautiful explosion that, you know, comes from something, but it's almost like this like transformational type thing that is like outputted. So I don't know if it's like music, if it's like some fun hobby that you do. Maybe you play an instrument, maybe you're an artist. But I feel like whatever you're having access to, like you're able to create in real time. Almost like you have this ability, you have this special talent. I feel like this Emperor knows this. I feel like this Emperor knows this. Or I feel like maybe there's a bit of like switching directions here, or coming in your direction. I feel like there could be very much someone on their way to you. And I feel like you may not see this coming with the moon. I feel like this could be someone who is going to meet you where you're at. I feel like there's also like you had to go through what you went through to get to this point in order to be in alignment. What's this Nine of Swords? Maybe they have issues with trusting people too. There could be trust issues. I have a Three of Pentacles. So this does talk about like working together, seeking counsel, even like making, like drafting, brainstorming, vision boarding something, or just kind of like being part of a team, working towards a common goal of some kind. Maybe consulting somebody for expertise. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? Nine of Wands in the reverse over the Four of Wands. I feel like you're not a victim, you're the victor. Okay. I'm getting that. It's like taking something that was a very difficult situation and making it something that you could look at. The devil comes out mid position. Okay. I feel like it's like taking the good with the bad, right? And look at all of this. Is this in the upright or the reverse? Upright, upright. Okay. This is clarifying the moon. Okay. So there were a lot of attempts, is what I'm getting, to try to intervene. However, they were unsuccessful, is what I'm getting. I feel like there were a lot of illusions here to try to keep somebody distracted, off the path, you know, really feeling unworthy, not enough, motivated by like desire, right? And really in the lower chakras. Okay, I feel like there was a lot of things that were hidden. Okay, there might have been some sort of test here. Okay, look at, because you're the star. All right, so this energy, this King of Wands, Emperor, I just want to ask, is this King of Wands and Emperor the same person? Yes. Okay. Does this energy have ties to the devil? No. Okay, so they're not in devil energy, correct? Okay, so the star energy talks about, like, this is a healed masculine, all right? They could be a healer. They could be in the healing industry. They could be like a light worker. They could be in their mission, purpose, or they could be like a doctor, you know, who knows what, I mean, it could, it's infinitely possible, okay? Infinite possibilities. But I'm getting like, you're in your purpose. Whoever I'm picking up here is in their purpose. All right? Like you're leading in a new direction. You are like the dreamer. Like you could, I keep hearing weavers. I keep hearing like really strong ancient ones, like, you know, like almost like planting new seeds here. Like you have this strong, like undeniable call at this point. Like there's it's like the bat signal for me. Okay, I feel like it has something to do with like the bat signal. I don't know. I feel like you heard the call and you answered it. All right, and you know, I feel like this energy did as well. I feel like there's been like a ton of things to kind of like stand your ground on. I feel like you have had many situations that were difficult where you may have had to choose yourself and walk away and, you know, defend your ground. So I feel like whatever direction you're taking and have taken, I feel like, you know, it takes courage, it takes inspiration, it takes a lot of action. This is something that's heading towards you quickly, okay? This is not slow and steady wins the race. This is like giddy up and let's go. It's like mount up regulators, right? It's like that kind of energy, like Warren G energy, like Warren G energy. Let's see. All right. Yeah, there's something that's coming that is going to be some sort of like reach out or invite or some sort of like, hey, I feel like there'll be somebody who is easy to talk to. I feel like they may have like this, they may be older than you, but they have this like childlike playfulness about them. So don't let like the gray hair fool you is what I'm getting. Oh, that's funny. All right. Yeah, I'm getting like hot. Okay. They're like, you're cute. Look at this Page of Cups. He's like, you're so cute. All right. You may have had growing up or in your younger years a really big fat goldfish. Okay, so that might resonate for you. I feel like you have had a lot a lot of like really difficult conflicts, experiences, lessons in life. You know, these may play in your mind sometimes. There may be fear about experiencing this again with a new partner, but I feel like rest assured, like those troubles are behind you, is what I'm getting. I'm gonna grab a sip because my like throat chakra is like just. Yeah, I feel like you can leave the worries behind. Okay, that Nine of Swords is like, you've already experienced the worst of it. It's time to enjoy the best of it. Oh, I love that. That's so awesome. So what are they looking to do with this High Priestess energy? Being able to unlock ancient wisdom and knowledge and trust this intuition. I feel like there's some sort of project that is really something that is going to help you shine. Okay? It's like, it's perfect. All right, so let's get info on this. Eight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different like opportunities here, projects, initiatives. Maybe there's planning. I feel like it's going to be some sort of like coordinated effort. I feel like there's a lot of things to line up and organize towards whatever this project or initiative is. I feel like it's something creative, something you've never done before. It's something unique to you. So it's like, doesn't matter what people have to say. It's your life. You're creating your own life, right? Maybe they should create their own life. I heard Queen of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you have the power. You have the magic. You're creating the life that you desire. You're inspiring others to do the same in some way. All right, so you may have some sort of like workshops, maybe a creative space, maybe some sort of t-shirt design company or jewelry or whatever fun hobby. I feel like it turns into something much more. All right, so whatever you do and enjoy that comes naturally to you, like it's a talent, it's a skill, it's like magic. I feel like that's where it's at. Okay, so maybe search, or you shouldn't even have to search. You should know what brings you joy. I feel like this is doing what you love and loving what you do. Okay, and it's like you're able to be creative. And then look, I have the Fool card and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is going to take you to new heights. All right, this is something that they want you to have faith as well. Like they want you to take the risk. Okay, take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith. Okay, don't fall for the fake. Make sure you double check things. But I feel like there's a risk worth taking for you. Okay, and it's going to lead to amazing new experiences. And I feel like it's going to be coming through this energy. They're like front and center here. This is a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be the male gender per se, but I feel like this is someone really, you know, taking the initiative, going after what they want, making decisions. It could be someone who's very logical, very structured, you know, has some sort of authority. Okay, I feel like there's somebody who's just probably not going to take no for an answer. There's that too. But I feel like they're gentle-hearted. You know, the Page of Cups is somebody who's, you know, comes from the heart space. Okay, they may have children. Okay. What's this? Page of Swords. I feel like you're going to be hearing from them soon. I'm also getting they may watch you from afar. So maybe they know you from something or through somebody, or they're in your energy in some way, shape, or form. Maybe like the thoughts, like you're thinking of what this person's like, and maybe they're thinking of who their person's like. So maybe there's like this telepathy playing out here. Give me more on this Page of Swords. Four of Cups. Okay. So I feel like there's somebody that woulda, coulda, shoulda thinking about you. Okay. I feel like they're in their feels, they're in their emotions about where they find themselves as it relates to their own relationships and where they find themselves in life. I feel like there's all eyes on you energy. What does this person want to say? Right? I feel like they see that you are successful and have overcome what you needed to overcome. I feel like you're being favored and seen the way you should have been the whole time. I feel like somebody is feeling like they missed the boat. Someone feels left out. Maybe someone even feels like, you know, that should be them. There's a bit of like apathy, like, you know, wanting, there's like jealous envy energy about the fact that like they're not winning. They're not being perceived for winning. People may be talking about how like whatever battle, because this is like a battle, this is like a conflict, Page of Swords, this guy's holding a bat. I feel like whatever battle that they set out to try to win, I feel like they're not the winner. You are. That's kind of what I'm getting. I feel like there's also this like, how is it that they are doing better than I am? Like, I did everything I could to try to like, you know, have some sort of narrative here with the Page of Swords. I feel like there's some sort of narrative over here that, you know, there might have been a lot of lying to maybe not have you look like you're, you know, someone that is better off. There's this like not wanting you to be better off without them energy. Ten of Swords. All right. So this could have been something that was very painful, like very difficult, hard ending. Maybe for them, they find themselves, you know, feeling like they've been betrayed by those that they held close and dear. Maybe a third party, maybe a friend group, maybe they've turned on one another now. Yeah, I feel like balance is being restored. Divine balance. Like this is divine intervention here playing out. I have a Queen of Pentacles here, so I feel like something was done for the sake of personal gain, like maybe trying to take from someone else and make it theirs. Like this person, they could have had a plan to steal, connive, con others, but I feel like their plan here, I feel like they've been found out. There's this exposure to what was being done behind the scenes for money. I feel like someone feels betrayed by those who maybe they were working with, and now they feel like they're the only one like having to bear the brunt of this, right? They're feeling alone and isolated and stuck with like this mess, right? I feel like, you know, there's a bit of like, well, you know, you made this mess, now you got to clean it up energy, right? You had free will choice to do what you did with the Lovers, right? It's kind of like you win some, you lose some here. You know, you chose the direction that you took, and now you have to see it through. There's some contracts here, Five of Swords, that it's like this energy now needs to deal with. Like, there's conflict here, there's chaos, there's lies, there's having to get to the bottom of something. I feel like, you know, there's news here. I feel like depending on who you are, it's either good news or bad news. All right, I have the Hierophant and the Page of Wands. I feel like people are seeing you in a new light. All right, and I feel like there's somebody who doesn't want you to be seen at all. All right, I feel like they're in competition with you and have been. I feel like they see you as a threat. All right, I feel like they know that they are fated for some sort of downfall, some sort of like everything falling apart in their life because of what they did to come after you. All right, and I feel like, you know, especially for the appearances of things. They may have like involved someone or tried to, you know, affect some sort of like stability and security for you. Maybe your ability to kind of like move forward on your path, your spiritual quest and journey. Like this is your grit, your determination. I feel like they didn't count on the fact that like you're solid as a fucking rock and you have a lot of resources, and the fact that like you have learned how to create your resources from what is going on around you energetically and what they project at you. I feel like there's some sort of like mastering something on the earthly realm with this King of Pentacles, or this could be like ancestral support. Okay, the Chariot, I mean, the Chariot talks about like this is the chosen one, this is like the representative. So I'm getting like this very much could be like you're the ancestral chosen one here to break these cycles, right? To have this experience on earth, and you are like supported by the universe. Like the Chariot is supported by the universe. All right, and then we're back to the Ace of Cups. So yeah, I feel like you're meant to experience love and share love. It's like love and be loved energy. All right, I feel like you chose love in this situation, where I feel like somebody else chose them, you know, everybody else, right? I feel like there's, you know, there's a lot of empty cups over here. You know, there's one big ass fountain that's, you know, constantly, you know, pouring and overflowing. So I feel like somebody maybe doesn't know what love truly is, and maybe you were meant to show them what love is, and maybe they were the one that showed you what love isn't. So it's kind of like you guys mirrored some of this back to one another for the sake of healing, growth, and development. All right, so I do feel that there is something that's coming in that is going to be in a alignment for you. So I feel like that's either a partnership or soulmate energy there. So that's awesome. Let's see what else we can get regarding this energy that we're picking up here today. I think we're going to skip this deck. We're going to use a different deck. All right. Let's see. We're going to get some messages to and from your person. Okay. What do we have here? Okay. Let's get some messages that would help the channel at this time for their highest and greatest good. Number 4. So remember we started off with the 4 of Wands here. So this talks about a mission. Just like you, I've always done some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. Okay, so there's some sort of like purpose here. Being of service, right? Thank you. That's beautiful. We have, I miss you. Let's both stop running away. Okay, so I feel like that's that trauma bond energy. Okay, that's the devil energy. That's what keeps us in our lower vibration. All right, accepting less than what we deserve and not loving ourselves to know that like this is not a healthy dynamic. I feel like that's playing out for some too. Like maybe you're at this point in this dynamic that you're in and you're like, I don't think this is, you know, something that can be fixed or resolved, or you're seeing the patterns, or you're seeing the codependency, you're seeing like your self-worth depleting, or you're just feeling like you're having to walk on eggshells. We got this yesterday, like that eggshell energy. I feel like, you know, there is a lot of manipulation here. There's even like the cover up. So I feel like there's a lot of like lack of trust here, okay? There's a lack of trust here. And I feel like that's where, like, if you can't trust the person that you lay next to every single day, then there needs to be someone that steps back from that situation, because that is a very dangerous place to be. Okay, if you don't trust the person, they're very dangerous. It's like you're sleeping with the enemy at that point. All right, there's energy here that like mirrors back and forth. Like there's this energy that's watched you change and grow so much, and they're trying to release their attachment to identity so that they can change too. All right, so there's someone here that is like watching you from afar and has been for quite some time, and they are working on themselves too, right? I was picking up, I feel like this energy's done their healing. I feel like they very much could be a mirror to you. So this may be like the other side of the wands here, the two, right? The mirroring energy. Because there's also a Queen of Wands here. So I feel like the King and Queen are both here. Okay? The King and Queen are both here, right? In their purpose, inspired, like ready to motivate, ready to create, ready to make things happen. So that should be also resonating, okay, with this energy, right? Yeah, that's powerful. All right, so this energy is like on a mission too. They accepted this mission. They said yes. And I feel like so have you. And I feel like, you know, you're being seen in that light. You're being seen in that energy. You could be like an energy healer. My cat won't stop crying. Can you guys just hold on 1 second? Thank you. Okay, you want to come in here? What's going on? You want to come in? Come on. Come on. Stop crying. Okay. No, we're jumping up here. Okay. Surrender brings us together faster than any kind of resistance. I need you to trust me and believe I am working towards union with you. You're a sweet baby. Hello, baby. Hello. I love you. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to kind of like trust and have faith. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like this before. Okay, so there's a bit of like, holy shit. It's like a holy shit energy, okay? Oh my goodness, trying to figure it out. 333, you might see 333 a lot, or 33. All right, you could like communicate telepathically. There's more mirroring energy. All right, words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. Yeah, I feel like there's energy here that, you know, people may think twice about how they talk to you and how they deal with you now. I feel like, you know, there's a bit here that's like, you know, people are questioning like who you are and what you truly do. Like, I feel like you come off very like mystical, or you're a mystery to people, or this could be like you're about to be booked and busy if you do some sort of work, some sort of practice, some sort of communication, some sort of action. Or you might be going places to share your wisdom, your knowledge. So your knowledge could be reaching far and wide through this transportation. So a couple different things with that. But I do have, what's clarifying it is the 8. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So that's like 8, 8. So I feel like this is like abundance. And then this card here says communication. And it says words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. So I feel like she's wearing like a fur, and she's holding on to like a machete. I feel like, you know, you're a very clear communicator, and you tell it like it is, and you know, you're not going to sugarcoat it. And so there may need to be like some, I feel like there's apprehension. Maybe you're fierce, all right? You're fierce. I'm getting like you're a fierce communicator, all right? And I feel like karmic energy can't fully be there. I feel like this is like 5 of Swords energy, all right? I feel like they're holding up some sort of like facade. They're wearing a mask, right? I can't fully be there for you as long as this other person is in my life, right? Karmic relationship. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. So when I was picking up earlier, like there's someone who's like with the enemy, okay? And they're codependent. This is that karmic energy that I was picking up on, right? This would be the third party dynamic here. Okay. Thank you. What else you got? This is some good stuff. Okay. Okay. I've been learning about twin flames. It feels right to me. Another 3. Okay. So some of you could be feeling like this connection that you're trying to figure out that you know you have with another soul here, right? It very well could be a twin flame, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be like a soulmate union. Next card, bottom of the deck, another 3. So some of us are twin flames, some of us are soulmates. All right, the same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. Okay, we just need to allow this energy to work its magic. Okay, so this is for those who can need a confirmation. Okay, both are true and exist. It's like multiple timelines. All right, I feel like someone is struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. All right, so there could be something that needs to be surrendered so that there's no resistance here. That's what I'm getting. So that could be you or them. I have mirrors separated or together. We are working in tandem with each other. So this would speak to the twin soul, twin flame, counterpart energy, that the work you're doing independently contributes to the whole. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Like as a mission. Okay. And then I have more mirrors. You are in old patterns but can't see it. So there could be some of that. Okay, what would be an old pattern? Okay, maybe do a bit of like self-checking to see if this is for you. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. So you may be apart, but maybe having a similar experience. Okay, and then we have, I know this is more than a relationship and that there is a higher purpose to our connection. Might be seeing a lot of 222s. I have 22 here. So there's contracts here, soul contracts. Maybe there's someone who's looked into the soul contract here. Another 2. So 222 might be relevant. Whatever you just cleared, help me to shift 2. So you might be, working together energetically as well. Like the work that you do to pass through your karmic lessons and growth and release attachments, this helps to shift their energy too. Okay. So as a feminine energy, you would be the energy that's holding space for healing. Okay, holding a space of love, holding a space of acceptance, allowing, receiving, and forgiveness. Okay. The masculine energy would be protecting the energetic space between you. They would be filtering in and out what is for their highest and greatest good for them and for you. They would be focused on working towards their own growth, their own holding space for themselves and prioritizing themselves. I feel like there's communication here. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in my head. So strong telepathic communication here. So you might like ricochet thoughts and things like that from one another. Like you may just randomly pick up a thought and you're like, I know this is not mine. Like, why am I thinking about this or that? It could be this other person's thought you might be picking up on. Right, there is a bit of that. I have mirrors. 11 being, or 1 being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. Super important. Next one. Mirrors. 111 might be significant, so that would be like a new beginning. All right. I can't validate our love in 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. Okay. Give me time to explore this aspect so I can be strong spiritual partner for you. Okay, so that's beautiful. All right, they're prioritizing this. And then we have mirrors, right? So our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So you may be finding that like through your own child raising, you almost are like going back and like reparenting yourself because you're seeing how things are from your child's perspective, which then reflects back to you, your inner child perspective when you were going through your growth in life. So I feel like there's a lot of like rework happening. So you might be somebody who, you know, is really focused on the mindset, really, you know, staying to themselves and putting the work in. You might be listening to affirmations. You might be meditating. You might be planning, vision boarding. Like I feel like there's this like going within energy, like heavy hermit energy, you know, and it's like doing it different because you know different, right? Like, and having forgiveness for your family, your parents, your siblings, because they didn't know different, right? And even if they did know different, you know, everyone's circumstances are, you know, different. But I feel like if anything, like, you know, you have like done the work that you needed to do when it came to your own inner childhood wounds here. They're calling this out for a reason. It was important. Okay, 9s might be significant. 11 here, it says, I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true and I pull away in fear. I feel like this is a pattern. This is either a karmic pattern, one that you might have dealt with repeatedly from people, or this could be something that you experience quite often in different dynamics with different people. So it's like something that needs to be healed. It's like an abandonment wound, or this is something that is being worked through as it relates to this like twin flame. The runner and the chaser, right? I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true and I pull away in fear. So it's like self-sabotage. This also could be something that is being resolved in this lifetime as well. Okay. Okay, we have some more. Okay. Whoops, okay. I am triggered. Someone's triggered. An old pattern has surfaced and it hurts. Okay, so someone might be experiencing that. And then I also have expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than romance. It's a deep soul activation. And it's to heal in order to embody love and light. So sometimes like it's a contract of activation, okay, in whatever way is fitting. All right, so there is this like, I don't feel deserving and it's affecting my levels of abundance and openness. So let's have a bit of awareness on this so that we're not creating from a place of lack. Okay, 444 on the timer. And this is card number 4. All right, so like, bam. All right, this is about stability, security, and how we see that, how we ground that in the physical realm. Okay, making sure that we have awareness of this. Communication, number one, okay? I feel like somebody wants to send a message, but they're afraid to. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. I feel like this is like someone you used to know, all right? Otherwise, they wouldn't care if you, if they said the right things to you. I feel like this is past energy, and they know that they did you wrong, and they're a coward, and that's why they didn't send the message. Okay, they want to project that it's because of you and how you'd react, but in fact, it's really like they don't have the cojones. Okay, so you just return that kind of energy back to sender because you see right through it, right? And then I have communication. When our conversations are lighthearted and playful, it eases the tension that is sometimes there when we talk. I feel like somebody wants to come in and like play like nothing ever happened and to make light of the situation and kind of joke and kid and like, hey, can we be friends again? This could have been a friend, or this could be a friend, or somebody wants to be friends. What we are experiencing is part of a larger collective clearing. Don't feel alone because others are healing too. Look at sound healing might be relevant and could be confirmation for some of you to explore this as healing, to receive the medicine, as well as to learn how to work with the medicine. And then I have neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? So there's some sort of division here. There could be separation. I'm getting there's chaos, conflict, and it's for the sake of change. I feel like there's a difference of like positions here. One is like in the energy of like desire and lust, and the other one is a little bit like not willing to be vulnerable, a bit of reserve, trying to keep things in the dark, where someone is kind of like bringing things into the light. So I feel like there's something that like might have been alluring before, but maybe isn't so much anymore. Maybe there's a bit of like seeing through the illusions here. Maybe someone does meet people for service. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. And then there's this energy of, I always felt I had a higher calling in life, and our connection brings me more clarity on it. So that's the other area of our collective where, you know, many of us are feeling like we are like ding, 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 okay? Ding, 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 hearing the call, all right? And there's someone that you feel real strong connection towards. And I'm getting like it's not somebody who, you know, necessarily you are in separation from. It could be that you are in union with. It may just not be in the physical, but I do feel like there is karmic energies going through their awakening process. So, you know, be aware of that. Let's see if there's anything else for our group today. Anything else with this deck? No, we're finished with this deck. Okay. Yeah, some good stuff. So yeah, so don't make everything fit if it doesn't fit, but I know that there's some messages for all of you out there that watch the channel that are going to be connecting to this, because this was a lot of different, I don't know, I kind of picked up like 3 major timelines here, so it's quite a bit of info, I'd say. Pick these up. Okay. This person might be different than what you normally date, or you might be different what they normally date. There's also a bit of like opposites attract. So I'm curious to know if like you've started to date, are there different signs, right? Like, are they an Aries and you're this? And are they opposite signs? So, which would be fascinating if you ask me. So do tell in the comments. Do tell. Let's see. Wish you the best. This looks like a big celebration. I feel like it's a pivotal moment in this time. So it could be like a kismet event, a meeting at a party. So maybe you're asked to go to an event and you bump into this person and you hit it off. There could be some really special invite that you go to. Let's see what else we can get. This is the Intuit Tarot. All right, let's pick a different topic. We understand that for many of us, there's new people and places and experiences. So knowing that, what strengths do they have going into this new cycle? What can they focus on as a strength? Look at High Priestess. Withholding secrets, suppressed intuition. Someone feels kept in the dark. This could be you, or this can just be like, you know, something that requires strengthening, right? Strengthening intuition, right? Knowing what's an illusion versus not. Knowing what energy is yours and what's not. Learning how to make sure that if there is missing information, you're able to access the correct information. So don't always believe what you hear and see, right? Use your own discernment. Okay. Just seeing if all of these are upside down or what. Looks like that. Okay, just let me fix these real quick. Okay, everybody else is upright. All right, let's shuffle. Whoops. All right. Full moon. All right, let's get a few cards. What are their strengths that they can rely on in difficult times or when they need to make a pivotal decision? Mind over matter. King of Swords. Wow, doing it by the book, being truthful and wise, rational, logical, detached, and being candid but stern. That's beautiful. 8 of Pentacles. Having dedication. Okay. You might even be someone who becomes self-employed. Okay, we have the Lovers. There's union here. I feel like you're going to be able to trust what this is. There could be like new choices. It also could be like an opposite of what you've experienced before. This could be someone coming in that is someone who does it by the book. They're very honest. They could have some sort of authority or a position of authority. They could be some sort of like legal matters. This can talk also about romance and having an adventure and being carefree and taking advantage of a beautiful opportunity that might be coming in for you. So I feel like this is your ability is to be able to adapt, to be able to make decisions and trust the decisions you're making. I feel like this is going to help you in many areas of your life as well as in love. I feel like you're setting out on something and it's like going to kind of ignite the fire within. And I feel like you're going to take a leap of faith. I feel like you're moving towards something different and you're choosing peace. The conflicts in your life have been resolved and this is about restoring peace and harmony. So I feel like there could be an energy here that this could be you speaking truth in some way, shape, or form. So you could be a speaker, a writer, an author, a storyteller, a card reader, an energy channeler. I mean, it could be something that you're very good at, though. I feel like it's a specialty. You're developing and mastering this, but I feel like you're very committed, or you're going to need to be committed. Okay, good things take time. Yeah, I feel like this is like persevering. I love that. Right? Things are coming to fruition. Good things take time. Okay. I feel like there's a sweet, sweet connection here. All right. Tenderness, even, innocence, and a soulmate. All right. So I'm confirming that like this is soulmate energy coming in. All right. Let's see. I feel like you're about to reap this harvest, yo. Reap this. You could be meeting an energy like in transit, like maybe on a plane, on a boat, on a paddleboard, like in the air, in the astral. I feel like this could be like as you go from one place to another in whatever way that is for you. I don't want to limit that. This could be in your dreams. Adaptability, 2 of Cups. Yeah, balancing act. Having to prioritize things for sure. 2 of Pentacles, sorry. And it's like, again, like the back and forth. There could be a need to kind of like, maybe you co-live somewhere. I don't know. There's, or maybe you work 2 jobs, or there's something that you do. Maybe you're a mom and a dad, like a single parent, so you're juggling a lot. You're having to prioritize a lot. You're having to like switch gears a lot. Maybe there's someone coming in to help balance some of this stuff out with you. That's this soulmate here. You may have a family with the kids here. Look at deep emotional pain, 3 of Swords. And then we have mentally strong, Queen of Swords. Okay, I feel like, yeah, this pain and suffering, this grief, this misunderstanding. I feel like someone who is like meant to be a soulmate might have juggled you. Okay, I feel like you cut this energy out of your life. I feel like you're sharp with your tongue. Okay, you're very stable, secure, and you don't have time to mess around. I feel like you find out what the facts are, the truth is. The truth of the matter is, and you decide and you stand by your decision, you ground it. You could be organized, you could be business related, you could do something, okay, for business, like an entrepreneur type position, right? What do I want to say about this? I feel like you have this star energy, wishes granted. You could be in your purpose. I feel like you have this very healing energy. I feel like this could be something that you communicate. You could be like a social media marketer. You could be somebody who's in that business that like is a content creator, someone who's like has the wisdom and knowledge and has like the physical proof, right? The experience, life experience here. I feel like there's a lot of life experience here. Many lives is what I'm getting with the star. I feel like you're someone who's very inspired and then inspirational. All right, I feel like you're constantly like here to help, right, in any way you can. I feel like you had to learn not to over pour, otherwise you're empty. So you may have been dealing with people who tried to empty instead of refill and restore. And then we have Chariot, the strength of will, determination, success, travel, and focus. I feel like there's something here that you're going to be focusing on. And I feel like you're going to maybe travel to have new experiences. I feel like it has something to do with like part of why you're here, like your actual purpose here. So I feel like this is another confirmation of, you know, what's playing out in your life. I feel like there's this like ascension here. Big changes are coming, a solar eclipse. And then it says timing 6 months. It also says this is as a result of a transformation. This is beginnings and finding your inner truths. So that is awesome. Again, I feel like this is you reaching some sort of level of achievement. You haven't given up. You're sticking to it. You're committed. And whatever you're working on, you're mastering a skill. And you should be extremely proud of yourself. I feel like it's leading to bigger and better things. All right, so with that, I leave you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I thought it was fun. And, you know, things are, you know, they're playing out the way that they're meant to play out, okay? And just kind of like remember that you are far more than your earthly experience here, but we still are here to learn from our experiences. So it's kind of like, you know, the infinity symbol, right? Remember that as above, so below. All right. Mind over matter, too. All right. All right, you guys. I hope you have the most amazing time. This is the Intuit Tarot deck. It's a great deck to check in real quick if you like that kind of thing. All right. I'll see you on the next reading. Take care now.